Hello, I'm Joe Ferguson. This is my studio in Weston. I've been doing sculpture for 60 years or so, and if you'll follow me, we'll go inside.
There's a natural beauty to hand-blown stained glass, where flowing liquid color is captured in its arrested flow. Each sheet of glass is a miracle in spontaneous design.
I want to talk about stained glass just as a beautiful thing before we do anything with it. It comes in infinite variety, and it's tremendously creative as a medium. Over the years, among the pieces of glass that I was working with, there's always been a few that were special, that were really beautiful in themselves, and I just stuck them on their shelves and said someday I'm going to do something with them. I didn't want to cut them up into little pieces. And these are some of the examples of that. I didn't use any design in this. I just simply looked at the piece of glass and cut it up to go with the rhythms of that it presented, and threw in some chunks of glass to give it a little vitality. This is the full sheet of stained glass, hand-blown. I stress hand-blown because there's a lot of manufactured glass now, and hand-blown glass has become so expensive that it's hard to find. But this is what they call a flashed glass. It is the basis of it is a white glass, just pure white, and then the collection of glass on the end of the blowpipe is dipped into a red, and as it's blown into a cylinder to make the full sheet of glass, the red spreads out in different ways, giving this kind of swirling form. And the operator, the fellow that's blowing the glass, tries to emphasize the flow of the glass. And I refer in talks about the arrested flow of color. And this is a good example. But you can see what a pleasure it is to work with something like that, even though at some time you may have to cut it, and but you do have to do something with it. You know, it's a manufactured thing. This is a sheet of gold pink. Gold pink is actually made with gold. In medieval times, they would throw in a ring or something, object of gold, and it would produce this beautiful pink or a ruby, or depending on how much gold they put into it. All of the colors in stained glass are like ceramics. They're metal oxides. They're used for metals. Copper produces a blue, and as I say, gold produces a pink. A little scary when you take a big piece of glass like this and just cut it. But I had to do something. I didn't want to just put up the glass and leave it sort of naked. In a way, you have to dress it up, give it the cosmetics and the contrast and the small pieces give it a vitality, I think. This is another example of getting more ambitious. In a sense, I got over-ambitious with this one, but sometimes you have to just let your mind go. And maybe as I cut this beautiful piece of amber, sometimes what happens is it breaks in the wrong way too. So that gives a direction to where you're going. There is what they call the happy accident. Really, I've been trying to show how beautiful the glass is as a medium to work with, and how varied it is as a medium. You can imagine that this is something that you can look through to some extent, and it also projects color when the light comes, projects color onto whatever's around. Green is probably one of my favorite colors, and I set the blue against it as a contrast, and the big chunk which captures the light from almost any direction. And even in the evening this sort of glows, and it's light enough so that the color carries through. I was out in California and looking out over the ocean in the evening, and we saw the waiters got us all together to watch the sunset, and we did see this flash of green. It was a brilliant flash of green before the sunset. This is called lemon drop. And this is where you do have to cut it up into small pieces, and there's a valid reason for doing that. I really was trying to make a three-dimensional composition with this clear ball at the center of it. desire is to stimulate you to look at things as they might be, what they suggest, and not to say to yourself, well, I'm going to do stained glass, I'm going to make butterflies, or I'm going to make chickens, or I'm going to make grapes in a bowl, which is what my students come to me and start out doing. And I have a bit of a time convincing them that they don't have to do something they understand or have seen before, that what they should do, what I want them to do, is to make that jump into the abstract that is necessary if they're going to achieve self-expression. You do have to leave behind what you know and jump into the dangerous realm of what you don't know and just try it out. There's a terrific delight to just building it.